Hello everyone, my name is Claire McLean. I'm a physical therapist here at Rogue, and I'm here to talk about our exercise of the month for September. So each month we pick an exercise to focus on that's usually something a little different, unique, maybe harder than the kinds of things that we incorporate regularly into our classes. We want to try new things and challenge ourselves, and we focus on that exercise throughout the whole month so that we can get better at it and challenge ourselves more and more throughout the month. So this month we are going to do head turns. We have been focusing on balance and the vestibular system recently and kind of talking about how the vestibular system affects our balance. It's one of the systems that we use to keep our balance, and it can be very important to train. As we age, our vestibular system can function differently, and when people have Parkinson's, that can there can be changes in the vestibular system, not necessarily directly from Parkinson's, but it can be a little bit more from disuse. So just like with our muscles, if we're not using our muscles, they can get weaker over time. If we're not stimulating and using our vestibular system, it can also get weaker over time. So we want to strengthen our balance systems, including our vestibular system, just like we strengthen our muscles and our cardiovascular system. So we're going to do an exercise or movement called head turns. So that is basically moving your head. It's pretty simple. There are different ways that it can be done, though. One is just turning and looking. When we do our seated or standing twist, we're hopefully turning our head with our arms as we turn. You may even notice sometimes that does make you feel a little bit dizzy. A little bit of dizziness is okay. That means you're stimulating the system. We don't want to feel nauseous or sick, though. So if you do feel that stimulation, you can finish out the reps, or anytime if you need a break to kind of let your system calm down, that's totally fine. So we're going to incorporate just kind of basic head turns, turning our head, looking different directions, making sure we have a good range of motion. But then we're also going to incorporate a specific type of head turning called vestibular ocular reflex. So I'm not going to get too in depth with it, but it's basically when we are looking at something and our head moves side to side or up and down or other ways where our eyes can stay focused on that target. And moving our head doesn't cause our eyes to move, and it doesn't cause that object to be blurry. So this is something that can be trained in a specific way with exercises. And it has been shown that it is beneficial to train this, again, to strengthen that system, even if you maybe don't otherwise have symptoms of vertigo or dizziness. But a lot of people with Parkinson's who have balance impairment do have something going on with their vestibular system that can be trained in addition to balance exercises that can help them. So the card I'm holding, what you want to do is when you're doing these head turn exercises, you want to have an object that you can look at that is like clear. So looking at your fingernail or something that's kind of fuzzy or a point isn't going to be as good for the exercise. It's best to have something in writing. You can be holding this, you can post it on the wall, set it somewhere. And what you would do is you'd look at that target, keep your eyes focused on it, and turn your head side to side. Keeping your eyes focused. So it's not a big head movement for this one, but we do want to work on going a little bit faster to work on that reflex. And you should be able to keep that letter or whatever you write. It could be a letter or number, but something that's nice and clear. You should be able to keep that in focus as you move your head. If it's hard to keep it in focus as you move your head, then it shows this is something that's really important for you. If that's easy for you, then there are ways that we can progress it. So as our exercise of the month in September, we are going to do general head turns in each of the positions that we're doing exercises in. We may incorporate the vestibular ocular reflex. So it would be great if you could have a piece of paper with a small letter or number written on it that's ready to go in exercise class. When we do it in sitting, there's not a lot of balance challenge, but when we come up into standing, there's more of a balance challenge depending on our base of support and how we're doing it. So we'll do that exercise in standing as well. We also may do it down on all fours, in kneeling, the different positions that we get into for all of our exercise classes. So we're going to incorporate this and scale it up throughout the month to make it more challenging. So we're excited to work on this with all of you, excited to hear your feedback, what you think about it. Let me know if you have any questions. See you later.